Yeah, after Carter had a rough outing in the outdoor game, how good was it to see him rebound tonight?
Yeah, there was no doubt in my mind, and I'm sure there was no doubt in his teammates' mind that he would have a good game tonight. He had an excellent game. I thought we played really well in front of him in the first and second period. Liked our decisions with the puck, and when they came at us, liked the way we defended our sticks. I thought were real good, and when he had to make some saves, he made some saves. In the third, we got a little bit sloppy there, but he made some he had a real solid performance for us.
Sam, did you have a follow-up?
Yeah, your 700th win today mean anything special to you?
Well, I mean, I've been very privileged, Sam. I mean, I've worked for great organizations. Just looked at who I've worked with and who I'm working with now. I've worked with some great GMs, some guys that really had my back and worked with me. Those GMs gave me some real good teams, and I was very fortunate to be able to pick my staff and have some good staff. I've had some great coaches that I've worked with. So you put all those things together, and you get to the number that I got a couple of games ago, 1,300, and I was able to, again, because I had some good teams, I was able to get to 700. I'm working on that one thing that I don't have yet, and I'm going to continue to work real hard for that.
Adam Kimmelman, you're on with Alain. Go ahead.
Hey, Adam.
Hi, Alain. 3 straight games now. Does this feel like your team looks like the closest it was to last season, where you're getting the consistent pressure in the offensive zone, the guys have the shot first mentality that you've been looking for that maybe hasn't been there earlier this season?
Well, we've been working since day one on our process, and we haven't shied away from the fact that we were winning some games where we felt that we could get better. Figured that we had a better game, especially 5-on-5, and we are improving. And I've said this last year, and I said it again at the start of this year. Teams that progress, teams that improve throughout the year, are the ones that are able to get into the playoffs and have the opportunity to compete for that Stanley Cup. We want to be one of those teams, so we got to continue to improve our game.
Charlie O'Connor, you're on with Alain. Go ahead.
Hey, Charlie.
Hey, Alain. I'm curious as to what you've seen over the last few games from Shane Gostisbehere in particular. Obviously he got on the scoreboard the 2 nights before this game, and then today it seemed like you had him on what essentially was used as the top power play unit. I'm curious if you've seen his game reach a new level recently.
Well, I think he's playing with a lot more pop in his step, and that I think would be health. He's healthy right now, so that's great for him, great for us, great for our team. But he also obviously is playing with more confidence, both offensively and defensively. And I believe that any player, not just Shane, but any player, if you play well 5-on-5, if you defend well, and then when you make the puck, if you make the right plays at the right time, that just transpires throughout your whole game. So he's definitely been playing very well for us, and we want him to continue. Him and Provy are getting important minutes against top line. They played against Eichel, a good part tonight, them and Browner and Travis, and they need to be able to do that. I mean, those are top-end players. We're going to see some top-end players here coming forward here against Pittsburgh, so we're going to expect him and our whole team to be ready for it.
Jeff Skaversky, you're on with Alain. Go ahead.
Hey, Jeff.
Hey, Alain, how are you?
Good.
With Carter Hart, coming off that loss in Lake Tahoe, getting pulled 6 goals and everything else, how difficult do you think it was for him to sit this entire week before playing? And really, it's almost like a mental game. Sometimes it'd be easier if he just played the next day. That's my first question. My second question is, you guys have this grueling stretch, and to come out with 2 back-to-back wins and shutouts, how big of a boost is that, going forward?
Yeah. Well, for your first question, I think that, he's got a great rapport with Kim, our goaltender coach. And I know that they've been sort of, I don't want to say reset, but they've been working on a couple areas, during these last few practices, just to get Carter feeling good about himself and feeling good about his play. I mean, you're going to have peaks and valleys in a season and in a career. Let's never forget that Carter's a very young goaltender. And, I see every game as a positive sign for him about him building his game, him getting better. And that's what he's doing. Your second question was, remind me, someone remind me. Oh, that's starting both first games, 6 and 9. Obviously for us, we talked about coming into this road trip that we wanted to start the right way. We talked about that in last night's game, and we talked about, coming in here, we knew that tonight any team that loses that first game obviously has a push in the second. We wanted to take it to them, and I thought that first and second period we did. A little bit sloppy in the third, but in those first 2 periods, we played smart. We played the right way. We were on the attack. We were pushing, and we made a lot of good plays. Last question for Coach. Bob Gross, you're on with Elaine. Go ahead. Bob.
Yeah, Elaine, your first win was in 1997. You remember that, right? Against the Bruins?
Boston was wouldn't that have been my first win way back?
That was it. That was it, yeah.
That's a long time ago.
Yeah. Have you mellowed at all as a coach in the 699 in between?
I think any person in any line of work has to constantly improve himself. If you want to stay in the hockey game, the hockey business, any pro sport, you have to adjust, adapt, and get better. And I think that throughout my time, whether it be in Montreal and in 7 years in Vancouver, those 5 years in New York, and now my time in Philly, I've constantly tried to surround myself with the best people and to get better. And again, you don't get to coach that many games and win that many games without having some real good players, and I've had some great players.